So you're telling me a handful of people on a leaky boat are gonna save the world?
Where do you get these guys?
Welcome back, friends and family, to another nostalgic episode of the Back to the Basics show. We're your hosts. My name is Josh.
And I'm Eddie. We're here to talk some Mortal Kombat, man. Your soul is mine.
Woo! I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about video games, arcade games. We're talking about action figures, man. We're talking about cartoons, man. We're talking about comic books, man. We're talking about movies.
Are you sure? What are we talking about?
Mortal Kombat!
Fight!
Yes, it's round one here in the dojo. Me and Eddie are gonna go toe to toe. I'm representing Earthrealm, baby.
I don't know where you at, man, but you better get over here. We're ready to talk Mortal Kombat, the new movie, the old movies, jump back into the 90s.
And everything in between, dude.
Annihilation.
The best. Let's jump into the episode, friends.
Let's get back to the basics. It has begun.
Too much television.
Treasure these moments. Josh, we're back in the dojo, man. It's time for Mortal Kombat.
Hey, dude, we've been wanting to do this episode for a while.
Fight. Let's do it, man.
And, you know, the new Mortal Kombat movie recently came out, HBO Max. It's got everyone talking about Mortal Kombat again, but I'm like, why weren't you talking about Mortal Kombat when Mortal Kombat 10 or 11 came out? Nobody cares about it until it's a movie, bro.
It's right here, man. It's right
Nobody
here.
cares about it until it's a movie.
Well, it's been a movie before that, Josh. It was always a movie. Even had a sequel. But see, when we started with Mortal Kombat, it was the video games, right?
I'll never
go back
forget.
to the basics, video games.
I'll never forget, dude. I'll never forget the moment where I saw the blood code
Oh man,
entered.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, it's one of the defining memories I have of video games, and it changed my life forever. I had my first Mortal Kombat was on Game Boy.
Ooh.
And I think I talked about that. I think that was our Christmas episode.
Either that or the Nintendo episode, something like that.
Yeah, it was a Game Boy, and obviously it's like one of the worst Mortal Kombat games. But I had that, and I often talk about being able to mimic the arcade experience inside your home. To be able to play an arcade game in the palm of my hand.
Doesn't get better than that, man.
Doesn't get better than that in the 90s, dude. And Mortal Kombat literally is one of my favorite franchises of all time. It has a series of characters that I adore, right?
It's got some pretty classic characters.
It goes far past video games and movies for me. I'm in love with the lore. I'm in love with the story. Mortal Kombat has one of the most extensive stories. It's been retold multiple times in the video game universe, but it's been rebooted and everything. But the Mortal Kombat story is very rich. It's very deep, and it's very well written.
Yeah.
So for them to reboot Mortal Kombat and to...
A re-release? A reboot?
If you don't nail the story, bro, you suck, bro. We talk about it all the time. You have all these Star Wars books, and you just butcher the story. You have all of these stories. It's already there. All you got to do is adapt it to screen.
So let me ask you this, man. Did they hit the mark? Did they check every box for you? Did they make this the Mortal Kombat movie that you've been wanting to see since Annihilation?
Hey, man. Unpopular opinion, I love me some Annihilation.
It has a lot of... we've done this multiple times. We watched Annihilation, and you told me a lot of cool things about Annihilation that I didn't notice when I was a kid.
There was a lot of characters you didn't even know that was in it.
I haven't seen that movie since the 90s.
And it was really cool, man. The night we watched this new Mortal Kombat movie together.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was fun.
Leading up to watching it, here in the dojo at this battle station, we got all these monitors. So we watched the Mortal Kombat movie. We watched Annihilation, and we played Mortal Kombat 11 with the arcade sticks all at the same time.
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat 1 was playing too. So it was two movies, the video game. I was like, overload, Mortal Kombat.
And we're watching the movie, we're playing the game, and I'm showing you the Mortal Kombat 11 story. And so you're bouncing from this, and I'm telling you, hey, did you know?
It was everywhere.
Did you know Rain and Ermac were in Annihilation, and there goes this character? You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And it was a very awesome Mortal Kombat nostalgic moment. Then we watched the new movie, and we both looked at each other like, what the fuck was that?
I was wondering if you were going to talk about it, dude, because the first initial watch,
bad.
I was like, what the fuck is this, man?
Yeah.
I was like, what are these characters, bro? Who is this new guy? I was like, it's very Mortal Kombat to put in a new character, right? So that's cool.
Every Mortal Kombat game
but why
always
the
introduces
fuck
new characters.
Do I not care about this guy at all? At all. His family? Chuck him out the window. Don't care.
Yeah, dude, the family was the worst part of the movie. I talk about a B2DB cut of Mortal Kombat, and all it is just cutting out the family sections. That's all the cut is.
How you gonna have my dude? I can't even remember his name right now, man. But how you gonna have my dude beat Prince Goro?
What is his name?
Exactly. That's how forgettable he is.
Holy shit! What is his name? I don't even know.
If you know his name, let us know in the comments.
And so the first watch was really cringe. We watched it, I think, at midnight, or was it 9?
Bro, we gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, so we're
but
tired.
That's on you, HBO Max, because we're like,
we're tired and everything. But I watched it the days afterwards. I was texting you like a storm, and being like, bro, look at this, look at this.
Johnny Cage poster spotted at 0.34.
Nightwolf, Reptile's original name. There's a lot they actually included in this new Mortal Kombat remake, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I really like about it that I know a lot of people don't like about it, and I'll throw one right out there is a lot of people gave a lot of shit to... I don't know his name. I'll probably butcher it. I don't know his name, but whatever. It doesn't matter. The Liu Kang. Is it? I want to say Donnie Yates.
Zack, the Black Ranger.
So yeah, he played the Black Ranger in that amazing Power Rangers movie.
Pretty good Power Rangers movie, not bad.
Oh god,
a lot of cringe moments.
I wouldn't say Mortal Kombat's better,
but Power Rangers is full of cringe moments. But Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Did you like him?
I absolutely loved him.
He says. Yeah,
he was so well done. And another thing too is he mentions Master Borracho, and a lot of people don't. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, the most average viewer that watched this movie don't even know who Borracho is. Okay, so I'm gonna say, man, I like to talk about inclusivity, right? Mortal Kombat is one of those franchises that I love so much because it is a tight-knit group, especially the fighting games. Right, it's a tight knit group.
It's like a niche, like if you're into fighting games,
But
it's a smaller community.
So much lore went right over everyone's head. Remember, we were watching. I was like, "Bro, Shinnok's amulet."
Yeah. I think we both caught that at the same time.
I was like, yeah. And it shows Adenia, and it shows the Tarkanian War and all that shit. Tarkanians, whatever. Tarkatans.
Yeah.
But dude, there was so much in this movie. Yes, it was chopped to bits. I don't understand Warner Brothers movies. I don't understand why they chop them up so much, man.
Shorter is better. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this new age. Like, we got to make short movies. If it's over an hour and 20, then cut it. I don't know, man. If I go to a movie, I don't mind sitting in the movie for 2.5 hours. If it's good, if it's a good movie with a good story, has a place that it's going, and that's what I feel like this Mortal Kombat movie. It did have a place where it's going, but I feel like it killed off some key characters very fast.
I disagree. It's more. You're talking about Mortal Kombat, bro.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say.
It's all about death, bro.
And we both know Shang Tsung can bring those characters back, right?
So who were the characters that died, that got killed off?
Scorpion dies right there. He just Scorpion just not even in the movie.
Scorpion goes to hell, bro.
Yes, and he did go to hell, right?
Yes.
And they brought him back, but then after that he disappeared again. So is he gonna keep coming back and forth, removing his mask and then putting it back on just to speak?
So I'm not.
And then Sub-Zero died too.
Well, Sub-Zero does die, dude.
And then they killed off my boy, Mr. fucking Saw Hat. They just killed off Kung Lao.
So that wasn't the original Kung Lao.
No, it was the
descendant of
Kung
Lao.
Lao.
Yes.
Which is Liu Kang. But,
so I'm not going to literally like blow this movie like it's the greatest thing since, video games. But there is a lot that I do like. Like I said, bro, I'm a fan of Annihilation. Okay, so you can't get much worse than that. I love me some 90s Mortal Kombat cringe. I love it.
Animality.
I love it, dude. But let's take a little trip back in memory lane, bro. What was your first memory of Mortal Kombat as a kid?
Definitely in the video games. I don't know if I played it on Sega, Nintendo. What? I didn't play it in the arcades like you. I know.
No, you didn't.
Unless it was like, I was very young, man. When Mortal Kombat, I remember playing it at home. I don't remember ever playing it like at an arcade, unless it was like when I was a little older.
You never played it at your Peter's Pipers?
There's always arcade games everywhere in the 90s, so I probably did, but that was not my first experience with it. My first experience with it, I believe, was at home. And then when the movie came out when I was still very young too. Yeah. So it was like movie, video game, like back to back, and the movie for me, that was Mortal Kombat, bro. $500 pair of sunglasses, asshole. Like, that's my movie.
And anybody born in the 80s or grew up in the 90s, I think pretty much a lot of people love the original Mortal Kombat movie. I believe it was 1995. Yeah. And what's crazy is with this resurgence, and like I say, man, just get out of here, bro. You don't like the Mortal Kombat movie? Shoo, dude. You shoo, bro.
Then it ain't for you.
This is a community of fans that love Mortal Kombat. So if it ain't for you, bro, get out of here, dude. You want to sit there and talk shit on everything? Like, hey, bro, I talk shit on a lot of stuff. Yeah. But I go away. I don't stay in that community and just be like, I'm gonna ridicule this movie because, oh, you don't like Godzilla versus King Kong? Well, bro, you're not even a kaiju fan. Shoo. Get out of here. You don't like Mortal Kombat movie? It didn't live up to your expectations. You haven't played a Mortal Kombat game in over 10 years. You don't even know where the freaking story is in the current game. Shoo, get out of here, bro. You're not welcomed.
Well, I definitely don't know what the story is, but I'm here to stay, all right? Because Mortal Kombat is for me.
I do
passionate.
Like
Mortal Kombat.
I'm very passionate about Mortal Kombat.
And I'm excited to see what the next movie holds. I'm excited to see if they have Johnny Cage, part 2,
Man,
I was
screw the movies.
Upset.
Let's talk about the games, man. My first taste of Mortal Kombat, dude, like I said, it was a little pizza hamburger joint
Peter Piper's
in our town. No, it was, we lived in the boondocks. Ooh. But 2 arcades. It was Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.
Of course, yeah. So, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Pumping quarters in that machine and slamming down. You don't even know what I'm doing, dude. For many years, I didn't know how to do a single move.
Punch, kick.
All it was uppercuts and leg sweeps. Uppercuts, leg sweeps.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Back, down.
And seeing an older kid, a teenager, come up, right? And him actually hitting moves, pulling off a brutality or a fatality.
If they knew what they were doing, you were screwed. It's over. They're going to troll you the whole game.
It's very similar to like Street Fighter, not knowing I was just electrocuting people as Blanca over and over and over. But when you get people that know what they're doing and they're playing with these characters that you only wish you could play with, and that's the beauty of fighting games, man. I would rather play somebody that's better than me than beat someone that doesn't know what they're doing, because what I love about fighting games and what I love about Mortal Kombat is there's always room to grow.
Yeah.
There's always something to learn.
It's very competitive. A lot of people get pissed off at fighting games, man.
Did you have those nights?
Oh, yeah.
With your siblings or your friends, and people actually would get mad?
I remember one of my favorite Mortal Kombat games, Mortal Kombat versus DC. That shit was awesome. And my buddy Ben.
It's like one of the worst, but okay.
No, but it's one of my favorites.
Well, it's DC.
Because it's DC and it's Mortal Kombat. Of course, the storyline, gameplay, whatever, it's not the best.
Yeah.
But to be able to be Superman and go up against Scorpion and you doing all the moves, and he brought it over and he introduced me to that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hadn't played a Mortal Kombat game in years. And I was like, this shit's dope, dude. I was like, this is pretty cool. So it's kind of like a reemergence. But yeah, dude, endless nights of just fighting with your siblings or your friends there on the sticks. You got to pass the sticks, right?
Yeah.
If you're getting your ass whooped, it's like, bro, get off. Get off. Give it to the next person in line. And that's something that I wish I would have stuck with fighting games because I didn't. I haven't played a fighting game in a long time. You were showing me Mortal Kombat 11, and I was still punch kick. Oh
man, I handed you the arcade sticks back there. I handed you the arcade sticks.
It was so rough, dude.
And both of the movies are going off at the same time, and you were like trying your hardest, and you had your hand
just getting whooped,
pressing buttons on the far right side of the stick, and you were like, why am I not doing anything? I'm like, dude, I scooted your hand over. I was like, press these buttons.
There's way too many buttons on there, man. I just need two, maybe 4, but that's way too many.
But man, the games I grew up on it. They're very nostalgic to me. I'm very passionate. I remember one of my favorite things about Mortal Kombat back in the day, before we had a lot of the media, was reading the little paragraphs in the instruction manuals to the games.
Oh yeah,
they give you a
where
little
it tells
like
you all the moves and
all the story.
Oh,
that was my first taste. Learning
interesting.
The lineage of Goro, learning who Scorpion is and who Bihan is, and understanding these characters past just the gore on the screen. That's when I was like, whoa, there's a story. Reading the little paragraphs of previously on Mortal Kombat, and that got me really into it. I had a couple action figures when I was a kid.
That's cool. I never had
Mortal Kombat. I only had a couple, and I loved them. And it was cool too because on the back of what do they call it? Like the board on the back of the action figure board, it would give you a little like, oh, this is Scorpion, and this is his story. So having those little itty bitty pieces of a grand puzzle and learning and being able to beat the games and get their little endings.
I'll tell you this, man. I don't think I've ever beaten a Mortal Kombat game like all the way to the end.
You could always put it on easy.
Never.
I'll
put that shit on whatever, but I've never beaten one. So that might have to be something that I go back and do.
You know me, I love to sit down and play.
But I gotta ask you, who's your go-to, man? Mortal Kombat game. Who you getting? Who you choosing? Choose your fighter.
So growing up, everybody was. It's like colors. My favorite color is red. My favorite color is blue. My favorite color is orange.
Everybody's Liu Kang, right?
I like to go against the curve.
Okay.
I don't follow the packs.
Who you choosing?
It was Scorpion or Sub-Zero or Liu Kang, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, they're all cool. Nobody likes Johnny Cage.
Oh, Johnny.
It was the same thing with when you're a kid, everyone loved Leonardo Raphael.
Yeah.
What about the party dude?
Yeah,
what about Mikey?
That was my favorite. But
well, now everyone loves Mikey because he's the heart of the group. But yeah, Johnny Cage, man.
Johnny Cage?
Johnny Cage.
Oh, I'm Raiden lightning your ass to death, bro.
One of the saddest things.
Raiden, brother.
You like Raiden?
Oh, yeah.
He's your favorite.
Raiden.
Really?
Hey, created based off of a character that we all know. Go back and watch the Big Trouble Little China episode.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
One of the saddest things about this new Mortal Kombat movie for me was reading people's opinions on, like I said, everyone's got an opinion and they all suck. Reading people's opinions on the 1995 movie. Growing up,
were they talking trash on the 95 movie?
That's all they were talking trash on.
What?
And I didn't realize that there are mass amounts of people out there that think that movie sucks.
Well, I saw this new movie in the hall. it poses no threat to the 1995 movie. Get out of here. If you don't like the 1995 movie, then you don't know Jack.
Bro, the same people saying
What?
that are the same people that think Iron Man's the best movie in the world. I'm telling you, it's the same demographic.
Oh, no,
it's the
bro.
same demographic, bro.
What?
They think Guardians of the Galaxy is a modern day Scarface. Like, bro, get out of here with that, dude.
The one thing that I will say, and this is just comparing the new movie to the 95 one, is I wanted more one-liners, man.
It didn't have one-liners.
It did not have like anything for me other than Kung Lao saying, "Test your might." That was like the one thing that that's in the video game, bro.
They said fatality.
Yeah, but they weren't like
flawless victory. They said a lot of things.
I guess
they showed animality.
I wanted a better Raiden though, man. I don't feel like Raiden like was on display at all.
No, a lot of characters weren't. Yeah, a lot of characters weren't. But yeah, let's jump into this movie. Let's talk about it. It falls short, I guess you would say, because of the anticipation of it's Mortal
I feel
Kombat.
like the fans were like, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you're like, ugh.
The trailer was so hype.
And then the movie comes, and the storyline is for me lacking a little bit, but that's just like where it kind of ended, and I was like, but I want more though. So maybe that might be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know, but I didn't see enough.
I know HBO just literally a few days ago announced. HBO Max said that Mortal Kombat exceeded any expectation that the studio had.
Yeah.
And we do already know, confirmed, we're getting 5 more movies or 4 more movies.
I was going to say like 4, right?
We don't know if these are sequels or prequels. I'm going to say this right now. I guarantee you we're going to get prequels. I think they've announced they're going to do an animated prequel.
Oh, okay.
Right? I think
That's
they're doing an...
I want to say something about Scorpion. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it to me.
That's what it was. It was a Scorpion like animated series on like Netflix or something like that.
But we're getting a lot of movies, and the reason I say everyone that has negative things to say about this movie, I'm like, dude, just wait, man. Just wait. Because this movie shoved in a lot of characters.
Yeah, it did.
A lot of lore. I'm saying most of this stuff went over people's heads. I guarantee you, man. And if you think I'm wrong, just go to YouTube and look up Easter eggs.
Research it real quick.
Yeah, just go watch a 10-minute video explaining all the stuff that went over your head and what it means for prequels and sequels. Because there's so much we're gonna see. They showed you Shinnok, Nightwolf, Baraka. They showed you Edenia with Sindel, where Katana and her father's from, where Shao Kahn takes over Edenia. There's so much that we're going to get into. We're going to see these characters come back in their revenant forms. One of the big things right now in the current story of Mortal Kombat 10 and 11 are revenants. These are dead characters brought back to life. They're like zombies.
Yeah, Liu Kang's dead.
They're pawns, dude.
Yeah.
And Shang Tsung is going to revive these characters. They will come back in revenant form or whatever form they take, but...
And he kind of mentioned that, too. He was like, no matter how many times like you kill my fighters,
you think death is the end?
Yeah, he was like, don't like. So that's what I kind of got. I was like, okay, he's gonna bring them back. And even in the '95 movie, Scorpion and Sub-Zero were both his minions, and they looked like they were like dead in a way. You kind of get the feeling that he had taken their souls and just made them like his zombies.
Yeah, his puppets.
Yeah, he was like, at my will. And so that's what I'm kind of seeing, like maybe part 2 will be like Scorpion and Sub-Zero will come back, and maybe they'll be under Shang Tsung now. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. But the cool thing that I found interesting about this movie was that you didn't necessarily have to be a chosen one to be in Mortal Kombat.
I loved their...
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Obviously, it was the marking, right?
Because you could kill someone and take their marking
And that was what it was super cool to see, because Mortal Kombat is obviously about a tournament, right?
Yeah.
But what a lot of I'll call them normies, what a lot of normies to Mortal Kombat don't realize is that there's so much more
Yeah.
story than the tournament.
Because that's what I heard is like you didn't get a tournament in this.
And people cried about it.
In this movie.
They confirmed in the sequel, well, the sequel is all about the tournament.
This was pre-tournament, leading up to the tournament.
And they brought back a lot of concept from the 95 film. Like they even said, how do you think we won 9 tournaments?
Yeah,
When Shang Tsung's speaking to Melina, my baby girl.
Goro just getting sliced open though, bro. I don't buy it.
You don't like how Goro died?
I don't buy the little him turning into fucking armor dude. What?
So it was funny you came over and I was like, bro, did you realize? I still don't know his name. Cade, Jade, Fade. I don't know. I don't know.
I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, me neither. It doesn't matter. I hope he dies. But I was like, did you realize where his suit came from? Like his ability, his arcana.
Oh,
and you're
God.
like, wait, what? And then we popped on HBO Max, and I was like, I slowed it down. I was like, look at where it stems from.
He had a friendship bracelet
From his daughter.
Yeah, he had a friendship bracelet, and that made his powers. It like lights up, and then he gets his like suit of armor.
Ripped off Guyver, by the way.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was trying to remember what because you showed me, and you were like, "That's literally Guyver, bro."
Show! Yeah, I love Guyver. Just gotta throw that in there. They did rip off Guyver with that, but yeah, it stems from the bracelet his daughter gave him, and that was really cheap.
It's really weird.
He did have a really cool concept. I liked his concept about attack and defense.
Yeah,
right.
Because he had a blade, and then he had
like a nightstick almost,
yeah, like a kind of way to defend himself.
Yeah, so it was like he was like attack and defense, and I liked when he was fighting Goro. He was like he was like a UFC fighter. So he, instead of like a traditional like doing Mortal Kombat stuff, they gave him his own unique personality and identity. And I'm not gonna shit on that. It's fine. Every Mortal Kombat shows new characters. I know there are some characters in this movie that the normies think are new characters. He's the only new character in the movie. Every single character is from Mortal Kombat
Previously,
lore. Yeah, some from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, some from Mortal Kombat 4 and 5, and all that stuff. But
I know a lot of people liked Kano.
Kano, yeah, everyone say Kano.
He was probably the best character in the whole movie.
He had
a lot of one-liners.
He had the one-liners.
He had what I thought the whole cast was gonna have.
What did he say now? Give me a damn egg roll.
He's like, "Oh, betcha! I got powers now." And he was just really cool. He had the charisma, but he was kind of an asshole, which that's what Kano is. Yeah.
I loved one of my favorite characters of all time is Cabal. So I loved Cabal was in it, and they talked about the Black Dragon.
It was
cool. Know, and there's a lot of history with Kano. He became the leader of the Black Dragon. Cabal's part of the Black Dragon. So there's so many factions and lore. I keep saying it.
Yeah.
But I personally believe, this is what I take away, is this movie did very well to set a foundation.
It's the only Mortal Kombat movie since the 90s, bro. So it did a good job in setting foundation for the future of Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. I did like seeing all those characters, and even if it was for me like a short time, like, bro, I hope some version of Kung Lao comes back, because his character in that movie really intrigued me. And then the relationship with him and Liu Kang, I loved it.
For anybody that doesn't realize, Liu Kang is a monk.
Yeah.
What is the White Lotus?
So soft-spoken, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously, and it's very funny that it's actually in the movie. The Liu Kang in the 95 movie, even what was his grandfather even says, he's from America.
Too much television.
Yeah, so he's very Americanized.
Yeah.
This is a Liu Kang that is not Americanized. And that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
And he's
very much into his culture, into his Monk.
He plays his role. He's a monk. So if you don't like that, dude, you just
I love how he tells
Get outta
Kano,
here.
man. He tells Kano, you should be on your knees before this man. If
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Kung Lao, we'd all be dead right now. Because Kung Lao did come in and save the day.
Kung Lao's entrance was amazing. At the end of the day, man, what are you excited for?
To see my boy Johnny Cage, bro.
Yeah.
And Cole. Fuck that Cole cucumber ass.
I said Cade.
Basically, bro. They could have called him Kane. It probably would have been better. Cole, I believe, is going to go, of course, on the search for Johnny Cage. Probably going to find him fighting in a cage.
Well, he said he's going to
right? LA.
He's going to Hollywood.
He's going to Hollywood.
So,
Sunglasses. Johnny Cage.
There's so much more to Mortal Kombat than just Johnny Cage.
Well,
I'm hoping they.
That's what I want to see.
I want to see a Katana story. I want to see.
They didn't even include Katana.
Well, they
in this
showed
movie.
the tablet
Did they?
of Adenia.
Oh, well, yeah, but
and
they
they
didn't
showed
say
Sindel.
Katana.
Well, see, that's the thing is you're setting stories up.
Of course.
You're setting so
It's
many stuff up.
world building.
So at the end of the day, I'm excited, man, and all I gotta say, finish him.
Treasure these moments.
Well, that conversation, bro, was a brutality.
Man, it was a lot of fun, Josh. I'm looking forward to the next Mortal Kombat movie. Give me some Johnny Cage. Give me some more Liu Kang. Some more Kung Lao, hopefully.
Well, while you're waiting for the next movie, man, I'm over here waiting for Mortal Kombat 12, the game.
Just give me Johnny Cage,
Man, give me the sticks. Let's fight right now to the death.
Mortal Kombat definitely does have a future. It's not going away anytime soon, Josh.
Well, you know, there's all kinds of finishers, right? There's brutalities, fatalities, animalities, but in the dojo with Josh and Eddie, it's friendship.
Oh, dang.
So until next time, friends, stay nostalgic
On that eternal quest
to get back to the basics.
Fatality.
And this episode was a flawless victory.
Toasty!